By following this blueprint, you'll be equipped with the tools to create a balanced and sustainable relationship with technology, enabling you to focus more on strategic tasks that truly matter for your law firm's growth and success. How do we do this? There's 3 parts. First, self-assessment. So number 1 is we're going to identify distractions. First thing we're going to do is we're going to list all the technology related activities that consume your time during work hours. This includes social media. There could be specific social medias that you probably spend a lot of time on. Emails, unnecessary web browsing, excessive notifications, non-work related YouTube. What are your biggest distractions? Go ahead and write them down under activities. Step number 2 is on a scale of 1 to 5, rate the level of distraction each activity causes, with 5 being super distracting. It's like completely takes you away. 1 is not so much. Based on the activity you just wrote, how distracting is it? 1 through 5. Next column, let's just estimate the amount of time you spend on each activity per day. Step number 4 is on a scale of 1 to 5, rate each activity's relevance to your work. If it's really not relevant, it's 5. If it's relevant, it's a 1. Step number 5, don't skip this one, is reflect. Take a moment to reflect on your assessment. Do you notice any surprises or insights that came up during this exercise? Okay, remember the goal is not to judge, but to understand your current habits and how they're affecting your kid. Just take a moment. What sticks out to you? Circle those things that are very alarming and just go ahead and scribble a couple of your thoughts, whatever that is. There are statements or things you do, things you not do, whatever that is, just write out. The unplug process. What we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is we're going to rank them. The self-assessment of your top distractions on the last page. And you're going to identify and list the top 3, the most distracting and the most least work-related activities. Step number 2 is limit distractions. Okay. For that activity, what type of time limit can you create? Okay. How can you limit yourself? Schedule tech-free time. Allocate specific periods in your daily routine for a complete technology break. Okay, so for that one is what time are you allocating towards this potentially? It's one way to look at this. So for that distraction, how can you limit it to those specific parts in your week? Next one is we establish do not disturb hours or turn off notifications during non-working hours. Okay, so what the idea is, when is your do not disturb hours? I have no notifications on my phone. My phone is on focus mode. All right, so if you have an iPhone, and I've done this exercise a couple times, and I think it's really crucial and it's so valuable. Please take out your iPhone and go to settings. It's probably one of the most valuable settings that iPhones give you. Take advantage of it. If you go to settings, you'll see the 8th option right here is one called focus, right in the middle of the screen. Focus, go click on that. If you do, if you've followed me and you set this up, take a look and review it, and maybe we can even further optimize it. So what you want to do is the first one, do not disturb. This is the do not disturb kind of focus mode setting. You will see on the left side is people. All the people you can add as your exceptions. This fluctuates for me depending on who I'm currently training, onboarding. Once they kind of, they're hitting strides, then I remove them from notifications. Looks like we'll probably have to do a review of all those 28 people. And then there's certain apps. These are usually important apps, your bank, your reminders, your whatever that is, productivity apps, things that I don't mind getting notifications from. Okay, so you click on that, select the apps. Example, I have something for my HOA, I have my bank, I have Coinbase, I find my iPhone, some bank stuff, Fiverr, Google Calendar, Google Maps, different things that I don't mind getting notifications from. These are important for me to get notified, but everything else I don't want to get notified at all. And then right below people and apps, you have options, and this is key. The first setting, I have it off. I don't want to show those things on my lock screen. Second, I want to dim the lock screen, so when I pick up my phone, it's dimmed and it doesn't show any notifications, and also hides the notification badges. Make sure to turn on the second and third setting for maximum productivity. Then if you scroll down, you have your schedule. If you already have something on, see if it's good. Are you happy with it? For me, it's 5 a.m. till 5 p.m. at this point, weekdays. I first started off with like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then I realized that I was getting texts that I didn't want to receive between 5 and 9. So 5, I usually wake up at 5, about half the weekdays. It's a good schedule. And there is also focus filters. That's like more exception. So that is, and what's key here is actually the schedule part. A lot of people, rely on when I don't want to get distracted, I'll turn on focus or do not disturb mode. That is a mistake. You want this to be automatically set for you. I think that's probably the best part why this works so well. Automatically, you don't even realize that you're like, all of a sudden it's like 12 o'clock. You're like, wait a minute, why didn't I get notified? Because you had this automatically on. Practical focus and productivity steps. First thing we can do, number 1 is to establish tech-free zones. Determine areas in your workspace or home that you will keep free of technology. This could be a particular room or specific desk. For example, I'll give you a good list: meeting room, break room, reading corner, meditation area, dining area, bedroom, specific desk or table. Where would you like to have this, like kind of like this free zone? Whenever you're here, whenever you step in here, you don't have any tech distracting you. Very obvious one, it is bedroom. Okay, so go ahead under my action steps. How can you implement tech-free zone for yourself? Some of us have like a special part of the house where they feel at ease. Where could your tech-free zone be? To set clear working hours to avoid work-life blur. Who feels me on this? Where everything's just one big mesh of just work, life. There's no cutoff. Establish and stick to a work schedule. Be firm about when you're available for calls or meetings and when you need focus, uninterrupted work time. Create your own ideal work schedule. Okay, you gotta find your flow zone. You gotta find out when you're productive, and you gotta find out when you get tired and work around that. Productivity tools. Use tools or apps that help you stay organized and focused. And we're gonna share our favorite one, and hopefully somebody who doesn't know about any of these apps can go and install these and start using these. For example, Google Calendar, Todoist, my favorite one by far. Evernote, I use Evernote. Notion, a lot of people love Notion. Or project management tools like Monday, Trello, Asana. Doesn't matter which one. Everyone's like looking for the best one. Best one, it doesn't matter. It's about the fact that you use one of them. Or Forest, which is kind of like a Pandora time blocking, where you work for 35 minutes or whatever, kind of sprints, and then you take a break. Or Freedom. Next, we're going to prioritize tasks. Okay, implement a system to prioritize your daily tasks. Okay, this is, if you have the right app, this will help you with it. So for me, Todoist is my way of prioritizing. So find a way to prioritize, whatever. There's different ways to go about it. Even starting off in the morning, the first 5 minutes is to look at what you have to do and writing down this is my focus. And invest in self-care. A lot of people skip over this. Okay, regular physical activity, a healthy diet, sufficient sleep, and mindfulness practices can significantly improve your ability to focus and be productive. So what's one of those healthy habits that you can start building out, whether it be cutting something out from your diet, getting maybe 1 hour of sleep, being more active? What is that one easy activity you can start doing today? Please take something actionable from this. It's not just about writing it down. It's about right now, when we have the inspiration and we have the momentum, go delegate, go communicate, go block out things in your calendar, go create affirmation cards, go do something about this. Don't let it go to waste. Yeah, let's be productive. Again, it all starts with you. The more productive you are, everything grows from that. So let's hone in on ourselves first, and then everything else is there. And nobody at this point should feel stressed about clients, money, things like that. If you do, please communicate that with us. Post it in our community. Okay, if we don't know about it, then we can't help you. So share, ask for help, engage. I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to do well. Again, we talked about the abundance mentality. I want everybody to have that kind of mentality. I don't want anybody feeling stressed out for any reason, for anything.